Hey, hey, Gemini, Mel, intuitive coach here, excited to bring in your November 2025 bonus reading. All right, this session is all about uncovering your sacred shifts and divine gifts. We'll take a look at the messages your spiritual team, your spiritual guides would like to share with you. We'll dive into the energy that is asking to be transformed, and we'll receive guidance that can help you step into greater alignment this month. Think of this session as your soul's roadmap. So the spiritual teachers that are here for you have Kali Ma, which is actually shown up for a few other signs as well. Kali can be quite intense. This tells me that you are in the midst of facing some of your biggest fears. There are major spiritual changes unfolding for you at this time, Gemini, and it is your chance to soar. I see transformation occurring, especially around the heart, perhaps release occurring. You have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is the closing of a chapter that's been very difficult for you. And Kali Ma is guiding you through this death and rebirth process. You can see that she has a necklace of skulls around that throat chakra, but also reaching to the heart center here. So I am getting a message of massive transformation, but it feels like it's liberating here. Phoenix energy, like that phoenix rising. And she's reminding you that this is your chance to soar, but it requires you to let go of an old version of yourself, an old role, an old attachment. Perhaps this is a relationship or a job that's ending. You are fully embracing here a new chapter of your life, and some of your biggest fears may arise. This could be fears around finances, stability. It may have to do with perfectionism, abandonment, imposter syndrome. Whatever your fears are, you are moving through them at rapid speed. I'm hearing rapid speed for many of you, which is interesting because the Five of Cups is showing up here in your energy. And it's represented by the mock turtle, which is actually a hybrid, and it's quite fast. So you may feel like things are unraveling at times in slow motion, but I feel like you're moving through things at a faster rate because your soul has been evolving even through some of the struggle. Now, call in Kali when you want to really work on this rebirthing energy here, when you are fully ready to close out these chapters and step into the version of yourself that you are meant to be. And I also see that some of you are overcoming some form of, now, it doesn't have to be addiction. I don't see the devil out here, but it could be something you've struggled with for quite some time. Maybe you've wanted to eat healthier, give up sugar, give up caffeine. You may have wanted to quit drinking or quit smoking. This may be connected to prescription pills or external validation, whatever it may be for you. It feels like Kali is helping you push through the fears of identity, because identity is coming in strong. It feels like you have even questioned at times, who am I? Or what does this next chapter of my life look like? And as you are undergoing these transformations, your spiritual guide, Faith, is coming in. Now, Faith brings in with her humanity and benevolence. Stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others, and see the light in the world. This tells me you may have even questioned your own faith at times. You may have asked, what is my purpose? What is my mission? What am I here to do? Because when we go through these challenging times, or when we have been wronged, when we have been taken advantage of or even abused in some way, we start to lose our confidence. We start to lack trust in mankind. And I also feel many of you are humanitarians. You are here to help raise the vibration of the planet. And one of the best ways to do that is through empathy and understanding and through awareness. And one of the biggest ways to do that is through experience. And you'll find that many spiritual teachers, healers, and guides have gone through something very challenging in their, in their history, in their background, in their lives. So I see that you have a story to tell, or you have gifts that are blossoming from this struggle that you have endured. But it feels like the worst is behind you here. You have Cernunnos showing up with life force. Now, Cernunnos is about expressing your passion. It is an awakening of your sacral chakra. This can be your sensual and your sexual energies, may even feel like they're increasing as you open up to this energy center. There may even be new creative projects, new relationships coming through here. This could be awakening to living life on purpose. Instead of feeling like you are in the dugout, instead of feeling like you are being benched in your own life, this is you saying, it's my time. It's my time to get out there and bat. And not only are you the batter, right? Batters up. I feel like you're hitting a home run, but it requires courage, right? It requires patience and training and dedication as you have been preparing for this moment. And I see that you are pushing through those fears. You're showing up shaking, and you may surprise everyone, Gemini. Now, you have here the 10 of Swords. This is a message from your higher self. The 10 of Swords here, again, is reminding you that the worst is over. There's been something painful that you have endured, but I feel like you are moving on. You're closing this chapter. This is represented here by the Wicked Witch of the East when the house lands on the witch, and the munchkins come out and everyone celebrates. And even though there are other struggles and other challenges, there are other witches, other sisters, right? This one was difficult. This one was really challenging. And I see that the triumph here is present, or it's about to be present, because you have now the 6 of Wands, and it literally says Dorothy's triumph. Now, after the house lands, right, and after Dorothy opens the door, there's a whole new land that she has to explore, and she takes with her her courage, her heart, and her brains. And I feel like those are the tools that Spirit wants you to work with at this time, because those are the resources, those are the tools that are going to help open up these new chapters, these new doors. But listening to your intuitive wisdom, right? Listening to your intuitive wisdom. But Spirit is saying you have the resources, you have the support that is coming in or entering into your life. Now, this could be professional help. It may be the guidance of your friends, your loved ones. But I also see your spiritual team and perhaps your ancestors or a loved one in spirit is also guiding you on this path. Now, I am hearing Miriam. Perhaps your name is Miriam, or this could be someone that enters into your world. Now, you have the King of Pentacles showing up as part of the block. What's getting in the way of hearing that intuitive voice clearly? Now, this could be the ego. It could be interference. It can be external noise. You have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles as a block has to do with your finances, your health, your stability. It's your material world. The Pentacle realm has to do with our possessions and our home and our bodies, our finances, our careers. And for many of you, this has been a source of struggle, or it has been something that has threatened your stability in some way. And maybe you have had the rug pulled out from underneath you, or that could be a big fear that Kali is helping you through, overcoming the fears around instability here. Now, King of Pentacles has worked hard, right? He has worked hard through discipline. He is a reliable leader. He has created this sense of abundance. But for whatever reason here, this is blocking. And I feel like that's what's coming to an end, is the fears around maybe the external and internal, how they blend together, because something internally here is asking for your awareness, asking for you to take a deeper dive into. And what better time than Scorpio season? Because Scorpio season has us going deep, has us going to the depths of our subconscious, the depths of our soul. So if there are any deep-seated fears around your health, around your career or your material world, I feel like that is coming to an end here as you open yourself up to recognition, as you open yourself up to some form of acknowledgement. You have here the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands here is victory. There is a victory here coming from this ending, because it's been a long time coming for some of you, because the Pentacle realm can take a lot of time, a lot of years. And you may have even felt like this was a battle between, I'm getting legal battles for some of you, even though I don't see the scales of justice here, but I'm seeing them in my mind's eye. It feels like you are overcoming a push and pull, a tug of war, or a feeling of maybe this block is someone in your life, because it feels like there's been a feeling of a stripping of confidence due to someone degrading, or someone who was very unprofessional, very dominant, very money hungry, someone who was all about status, all about the material world. And if that has been a struggle, if you've been dealing with an individual versus perhaps just a situation, and I think that's closing out here for you. At least that's what your higher self wants you to know. So there is victory here at the end of this. There's light at the end of the tunnel. And the Six of Wands is saying your hard work is going to pay off, because I can see that you've been tired, you've been exhausted, you've wanted to give up at times. But this is about recognition here. And even though at times you felt like you failed, you felt overlooked or even unrecognizable, there's this new you that is emerging. That's that Phoenix energy. That's what I'm getting with the Six of Wands. You're rising up, reclaiming your power, reclaiming your sovereignty. And I feel like you are the one that is taking the bull by the horns, and you're stepping into this beautiful sacred space, and it feels good for the first time, perhaps in a long time, Gemini. Now you have the Two of Cups coming through as the mirror. How is this being reflected in your current life or situation? Now, the Two of Cups is about attracting into your life what is meant to be a part of this next chapter, but it also means that it is removing and separating what no longer connects to that soul thread. And this could be relationships. It could be jobs that you've outgrown. It could be dynamics where there's not a lot of love. Right? There's not a lot of love, but perhaps there has been some form of story that's been weaving around this dynamic. And that's why Callie is here, helping you disengage from those stories, from those attachments, because there is a new alignment taking place. This could be a new career, a new relationship, a new version, a healthier version of yourself. I'm getting weight loss journey for some of you. I mentioned earlier potential addictions, but this could also be an addiction to food or an underlying health issue that has caused some of you to hold on to weight. And it feels like you have undergone some health struggles or challenges, and it feels like the obstacles are lightening here for you. It feels like Ganesh energy is coming through and reminding you that there is greater abundance, but it requires maybe a cutting of the cord to an old attachment that you have had, because we want the heart to be in full alignment. We want the heart to open up, not close down. And Kali is showing up to help you push through some of those fears that you have around the pain that you've endured in your heart. And Faith is coming in here, helping you open up the heart center. You have the Lovers. This is the gift, right? The shift is the Two of Cups. And I also see this is being reflected back to you in some sort of reward, some sort of acknowledgement, where you're going to start seeing signs and symbols and synchronicities that you are moving forward, and this is what is in true alignment with your next steps. Not to revert back to something you've outgrown, not to revert back to responding in ways that are more fear-based, but this is about living and leading from the heart, manifesting from the heart versus manifesting from the fear. Because we are always constantly manifesting each and every single day, every moment, through our thoughts, through our actions, through our beliefs. And there may have been a time where you felt stuck in that fear-based energy, and that's what the focus was. That's what you were seeing in your external world. And it felt heavy, right? It felt heavy here with that Ten of Swords, because we all have done this. And you are coming to a point where you want to share your time, your care with the people that you love. You want to focus on creating an expansive life that feels full, right? Feels full with people who support you, with creative projects that support you, with a career that supports you, but financially as well here with that King of Pentacles. So the mirror is an award or recognition here. The shift is the Two of Cups. The gift is the Lovers. And this could even be a love connection coming through for many of you. If you have been opening yourself up slowly, steadily but surely, because you've craved some sort of stability or connection with partnerships, but yet you've been hurt in the past, I see that there is a commitment here that you are fully embodying, and it feels good. And how is this gift showing up? How is the shift integrating into your life? You have the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups is saying past pain recedes, hope, right? Faith, benevolence is returning after a period of emotional loss, of mourning, of regret, disappointment, or even grief. And I see that you are, and you have allowed space to grieve. You've allowed space to kind of work through some of these heavier emotions, but you're starting to move on, move away from this. And that's why the Ten of Swords is here, because there's a chapter of your life, Gemini, that you're closing out as you are embarking upon this new journey as a new version of yourself. It's like you've been stripping back the masks, stripping back the layers, and you're starting to meet yourself with a fresh new set of eyes. You're starting to see yourself as the love that you are. And I see your self-love deepening. I see that your compassion is starting to grow. That empathy you're starting to see as a gift, right? Not a curse. And so the Five of Cups, represented as the mock turtle, says, yes, there have been cups that have been spilled, but there's one or two in the background here that are starting to illuminate in my life. And this is a soul-quenching renewal. This is a gift. This is a new connection. It's emotional fulfillment. It's positivity, hope, and curiosity. So that is what is being integrated. So this has felt quite intense. I mean, the Ten of Swords is saying, yes, the worst is over, or you are about to embody a new beginning. And trust in the process here. Trust that your life force is activated in a way that you're starting to show up. You're starting to show up, especially if you have felt like you have been benched. If you felt like you've been left out in the cold, or you've been in this training phase, this healing phase for quite some time, and it feels like every time you've gone up to bat, something has happened. This is the time where your faith in humanity or faith in your purpose Your own self is being restored. Now, your final message from your higher self is become your soul, not your role. Who are you at your core? You are not the role you play in life or the many hats you wear. You are much more than that. So this has to do with what we've been talking about as well, identity, roles changing, dynamics and shifts occurring here on a deep, deep spiritual level. Journal who you think you are at your core. What do you value? What matters most to you? Your mantra for the month: I am a divine soul. I am a divine soul. I see that some of you are closing out a chapter within your career and you are moving into a new opportunity, a new partnership, a new collab. This could be a new business. And if you are a business owner here, it feels like there have been some changes that have occurred regarding your material world. And you're starting to ask yourself some of these probing questions, right? Who am I? Am I still staying true to this relationship? Is it still part of where I'm meant to be? You know, if my life were to stay the same in 5 years, is this on a path that feels good? And am I feeling like I'm setting myself up for success, whatever that may look like or feel like to you. Maybe you have been wanting to become healthier, to eat healthier. Perhaps you wanted to grow your abundance, grow your finances here. You know, the changes that you make today are going to amount to bigger progress down the road. And that's what I see happening here for you, Gemini. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed the message, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. And if you are interested in a personal reading or signing up for the monthly newsletter, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video or by visiting intuitivesoulcoach.com.